Hi, this is Bobby and you're watching The7Queers. This week our topic was a submission from a Tumblr person. They submitted it to Melissa's Tumblr, Melissa O. And what he/she asked was, when I hear people talk about the gay community, the acronym used is always LGBT, parentheses Q, X, X, Z, Y. And as far as all of that, I'm fine with it. But there's one that I feel does not belong, the T. Now, I'm not trying to be an asshole or discriminatory, but I just feel being transgendered is not a sexual orientation issue or platform, but rather a gender identification and recognition issue. So, I think it would be cool for you guys to talk about transgender people being grouped in with gays, lesbians, bis, queers, etc. I took off the glasses because they're kind of reflecty. This isn't actually the first time I've heard this argument against transgenders or about transgendered people. I actually personally don't know any transgender or genderqueer people at the moment and don't know a lot about their lifestyle or the circumstances that are equated with it, I guess. But from what I know, and from what I've been able to gather through a very quick Google search, you're right. Transgenderedness isn't necessarily a sexual orientation, but that doesn't mean that we can't be grouped with them, I guess. There are strength in numbers, and I feel that transgendered issues do not get as nearly as much media attention as gay issues do. There are more states with laws that protect people from being fired with sexual orientation than there are with people being fired with transgenderedness or for being transgendered, I guess you could say. I should probably stop saying transgenderness, not a word. But I do feel that there's nothing to gain from splitting off from transsexuals. There's just not. And gays and transsexuals, I feel, I am assuming, face a lot of the same discriminatory issues, such as workplace discrimination or having to come out. That is a big one, I feel, that we all share as the LGBTQ community, is that we all have to come to terms with ourselves and go against something that has been in our society for centuries. And I feel like that's more important than trying to split hairs between sexual identities and gender recognition, you know? So while I see your point about why we shouldn't be grouped together with them, I really don't think that there's anything to gain from splitting off from transgenderness, and I really don't think there's anything wrong with grouping with transgendered people. Transgenderness is not a word, sorry. I think that you can also make the argument that sexual orientation and gender identity kind of do go hand in hand, because, I mean, on the list of ignorant things you can ask a trans person, one of them was, are you straight now? And I think the whole perceived idea of liking a gender or being a gender is something that we can all relate to. So I guess that's it for me for this week's topic. I'm sorry if I didn't make a lot of sense, or if you're yelling at me for being ignorant. I'm sorry, but this is how I reacted to the topic of the week. Later on in the week, there will be more videos from the other 7 queers, other 6 queers, other 6 of the 7, about this topic. I don't know the reasons for why they didn't do the video, but I know one had computer issues, one was busy all week. Basically, there were a lot of issues, and I'm sure that if they make a video this week, they will explain why they didn't make one this past week. But expect to see more videos on this topic. So I'll see you next week. Bye.